Okay, this is Mr. Robinson. One of the questions I get asked after I present to students what a copyright is and go over copyrights is the question, can I ever use copyrighted images, video, music, etc. in my school project? And the answer to that is yes, under certain conditions. Sometimes copyrighted works will fall under what's called public domain. Public domain basically means that anyone can use it. So any copyrighted work prior to 1923, really old photographs and video and things, those are in the public domain. Again, prior to 1923. Also, sometimes people who create something will allow anyone to use it under any circumstance, and they'll make it public domain. But you have to be careful and make sure that that it specifically says that it's public domain so you can use it. Another way that you can use copyrighted works is if you get the permission. If you get the permission of the person who created it, who created the image or the video or whatever. If you can just email them and ask them, and a lot of times they'll email you back, and then you can use it. Another way is parody. If it's you're kind of making fun of it, if it's humorous, kind of satire, and it's really obvious that it's parody, then that will also allow you to use a copyrighted work as well. And the last thing I want to talk about is fair use. Now, what is fair use? Well, basically, fair use is where you can use a copyrighted work, but you can only use it under certain conditions. Okay, and let's go over what those conditions or criteria are. First of all, the purpose. Okay, if you're using a copyrighted work in a project, in a school project, or in some other way to make money, you wouldn't do that in a school project, but if you're using a copyrighted work to make money, then that's not considered fair use, and you can't do that. Okay, if it hurts the person who created the copyrighted work, if it hurts them financially, you can't do it as well. So one of the only purpose you could use a copyrighted work and have it considered fair use would be if you're not making any money, if it's not for any sort of profit. For instance, if it's a school project. Also, the amount of the work that you use. Okay, there's certain rules. So again, number one, you have to make sure that it's not for profit. And then number two, you can only use so much of a copyrighted work. You can't just take the whole thing. And there's a little chart that helps you to determine how much of a copyrighted work you can use. If we look up here at illustrations and photographs, they have very specific rules. It says from a collection, no more than 15 images or 10%, whichever is less, may be used. Okay, they're not talking about Google Images here. We're talking about a specific website with a collection of photos on it. You could use 10% or no more than 15 images or 10%. Okay, so if there's 20 pictures on there, 10% of 20 is 2. So you could only use 2 of those 20, not 15. Okay. Video, the basic rule for video is you can use 10% or 3 minutes, whichever is less of a video, and music, up to 10%, but a maximum of 30 seconds. Okay, so if let's say you're using a song in a video that you make, a video project that you make using iMovie or whatever, and let's say the song is 5 minutes long. Okay, so that's 300 seconds. Okay, so 10% of 300 is 30 seconds. So you could use 30 seconds. Let's say it's 6 minutes long. That's 360 seconds. So 10% of that is 36 seconds. So now you need to look at the rule. It says a maximum of 30 seconds may be used. So even though 10% is 36 seconds, you could only use 30 seconds because again, the max is 30 seconds. Okay, I hope this clarified what fair use is for you. If you have any questions, please ask me.